And the haters gonna hate. And I've got somebody y'all may or may not recognize, Aged in Darkness. Okay.
This will be rye pick.
If that's Double Oak Wild Turkey, I definitely want to try it. This, supposedly, the most hyped store in all of Northwest Indiana. Like, there's whiskey everywhere. Yesterday was a rest day on my bourbon hunting road trip, and there's one thing I've discovered about myself over the years is that I'm not very good at rest days. Ended up getting invited to a bottle share with some of our new Chicago friends last night. Stayed out way too late, and now it is way too early this morning. I've got a little ways to drive to get to this first store, but the bourbon hunt must continue. Saw a comment on this Rooster Run video in Atlanta that said, wonder when he's coming to Northwest Indiana. Just so happens, that is today. Let's get to bourbon hunting. This right here is Town and Country Liquor, Highland, Indiana. All right, check out the selection here. Of course, come right across the border here. Buffalo Trace available everywhere. Man, they pumped out a lot of those, didn't they? Three Floyds, MGP, Blood Forge. Your store?
Yeah.
TJ.
Yeah. Rick Kirk.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Good to meet you.
How's the? Never been to Northwest Indiana, so how's the bourbon scene around here?
Well, there's a bourbon scene going on. You know, right now it's kind of slow. More takes off more a little bit in the winter.
Yeah, not as much stuff released this time of year.
Right.
Okay. When we go bourbon hunting, we're typically looking for rare stuff. So I mean, obviously sometimes that's allocated, but for us, like we love to try to find small local distilleries that are, you know, hard to find elsewhere, you know, something that's kind of regionally distributed. Anything like Indiana or around here that you think's doing really good stuff?
Locally, I don't believe anything locally, any bourbons locally. This might be a three.
See the Three Floyds.
Yeah.
It's kind of a local brand.
Yeah. So from Indiana, as far as nothing really sticks into my head from Indiana. There is some Davis County stuff that's a little bit newer. I'm sure you guys all know about it already.
Yeah, a little bit familiar with it.
Okay.
5-barrel small batch old Americana. Luca Mariana. Was it Wisconsin that didn't have hardly any of the benchmark stuff? And then you come down here and it's everywhere. Some of the allocated stuff up top there. It's like some early times. Eagle Rare and E.H. Taylor. E.H. Taylor was $185 there. Eagle Rare was like $70, $80. So definitely charging secondary prices on the allocated stuff. Didn't find anything there. Hopefully the selection gets a little better as we continue. Let's do that. Now, I love a good mixed drink. In fact, Jack and Cokes are what kicked off my entire bourbon journey. I know. Is it a bourbon? Is it not? You know what I'm saying. Like, that's what got me started. But I also am a big fan of cocktails. And sometimes those cocktails might be a little better with an extra carbonation kick. And that's where our sponsor, DrinkMate, comes in. What if you could carbonate anything with the DrinkMate Omni Fizz? Well, you can. Juice, tea, sports drinks, wine, cocktails, even flat beer and soda. If you can drink it, you can add some fizz to it. And that's thanks to this patented fizz infuser technology. DrinkMate is the only home carbonation system that lets you fizz more than just water. Just press a button and take your favorite drinks to the next level. No electricity, no batteries, just CO2 and a whole lot of creativity. Want to upgrade your whiskey cocktails? Try carbonating some of your mixers like apple cider, cold brew, or sweet and sour mix. Dude, that's actually really good. What about a sparkling old fashioned or a fizzy whiskey sour? And you get to control how much fizz so your drink's always perfect. And the Omni Fizz doesn't just work great, it also looks great too. Available in black, white, red, Arctic blue. If it's any style you may have at your home bar. Plus, the holidays aren't too far off. The Omni Fizz makes a perfect holiday gift for that special someone in your life. DrinkMate is consistently rated the best home carbonator out there, and once you try it, you'll understand why. Head to drinkmate.us and use code Brewzle to save 20% on your DrinkMate and accessories. Now let's get back to the video. This right here is Cask and Cellar, Highland, Indiana. That didn't work out. They did not want us to film. I don't usually buy off camera if I can't film in a store, but they were nice. Had a great conversation, but the owner Doesn't want people filming in there. Apparently some folks have come in and been disruptive to the business. So I did end up buying this something cask finish Penelope. I know a lot of folks have been telling me to get it. Apparently it's kind of rare. They got a whole bunch of it sitting in there, a whole case of it. People have been raving about this. I figured it was worth a try. Speaking of raving, I also had a lot of folks ask about my shades here. These are RB3663s. So if you're looking for a good pair of Ray-Bans for a fat face, they do pretty good. I got to keep this bourbon hunting train on the tracks. Let's head to the next door. Apparently, Keenan Liquors is a little bit of a chain around here. Let's check it out. Pitt's Bitter cherry flavored whiskey. Again, all the benchmarks in the world. Dude, top floor is $13.96 here. Ludicrous for that price. I mean, I prefer these, but still, $17 for full proof right there. Rare Saint, distilled from a high rye mash. Bottled for them, distilled in Indiana. Mr. and Miss was lucky enough to meet Russ from Mr. and Miss once. Seemed like a really nice guy. It's the wheated cask strength. I think we'll pick this one up. Let's see what we've got back here. Double oaked, 1924 sitting right there. Old Forester 1924. Do you know what the price is on that Old Forester 1924?
This is $169.96.
169. I think I'm gonna stick to this one right here. I appreciate it though.
We do keep like some allocates in the back. Usually it's upon request.
So you just ask for a bottle, and if you have it, then you get it. So it's like a lottery. I can't say, what do you have?
Right.
I gotta say something in particular.
Depends. I mean, some people were a little more. It just depends.
Have y'all seen the Eagle Rare 12 year?
I do believe that we have had it, but I'm not 100. This is 88 cents.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure.
I understand. No problem.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Big store chain, so hopefully the audio came through, but they have allocations in the back and you just have to ask. Like apparently they're available to everybody. You've just got to be specific with what you ask or be really good. If you're a regular, I'm sure they'll probably tell you what they have. Don't be afraid to ask. Grab this Mr. and Miss Smith here. I had dinner with Russ. I was at Watch Hill Proper sometime last year and he happened to be there. Looking forward to trying their wheated cask strength. I had some samples from him while we were there, just some bottles he had with him. It was pretty tasty stuff. So I don't recall any of it being a wheated cask strength, so I'm looking forward to giving that a try. That's 1924 was $160 something, which I don't really remember what those go for, but I think it was right around $100. I was thinking not 170. So a little markup on those. It might have been the same for allocations in the back if I would have actually guessed something they had. So let's keep hunting. We are at Keenan number 3 right here, and I've got somebody y'all may or may not recognize. This is Shred. Shred does all the actual like businessy managey work here at Brewzle, so I don't have to. Happens to live up in this vicinity. Anything in particular you would like to find?
I have to admit that there is one tater bottle that you've hyped up the entire or my entire career with you so far that I would like to find. It's probably not going to happen in this area. I would love to have an Antique 107 at some point, but I'm going to play the part of the bourbon hunter in a small town. So you're gonna help guide me if there's not a huge selection, what we can find in a small town like this area.
Okay,
right here.
so what are you into?
You got me started with the Buffalo Trace stuff, so I like the sweeter stuff. I like Knob Creek a lot. I like the kind of caramel, vanilla profile on that. I've tried the 9-year, I've tried the 12-year. I'm definitely liking proof more, but playing the part of the average bourbon drinker, if we got to go a little lower proof, that's fine too.
Challenge accepted. We may or may not buy a whole lot here. I went to one of these Keenans, decent supply, but you know, we'll see. We're gonna find him some stuff though. Let's see what we got right here. That's another one of the fancy Three Floyds bottles.
So this is a brewery out here, I think in Highlands. They're distilling, I want to say they have a single malt. So this one, I think they're actually distilling. They had a bottle and bond at one of the other stores that we're going to go to here shortly. They're not distilling their own stuff. I think they're sourcing from MGP right now. So this is a call out to Three Floyds. I'd love to see you all, start distilling your own stuff. But they have fantastic wheat beer.
All right, we got Hard Truth right here. Barrel finished. What do we look? Straight rye whiskey finished in new charred oak barrels. So just like a double oak, yes please. You like ryes at all?
I have been getting into it a little bit, like that grape rye that we put out. I've really enjoyed so far. I can't remember what other rye I've tried, but I'm still kind of dabbling in it right now. I just got done watching the Alpharetta video, and I saw you recommend this one too.
The Michter's, yeah.
Somebody.
If you're just getting into rye, that's the one to start with. If you don't like that, you're probably just not into rye. I mean, most of this stuff is just stuff you can get. So nothing particularly interesting or unique here. Now, the last one we went to had some stuff behind the counter, and apparently you have to ask for allocations here. You just tell them what you want, and if they have it, you can get it. But it's probably gonna be like a Blanton's or something like that.
Admittedly, when I was looking at stores for you, if they had Blanton's in the picture, that was enough for me to put it on the list.
Well, that explains some of the stores I've been to today then, doesn't it? Peerless stuff. Make sure we didn't miss anything. Some Templeton's down there. What are you doing, behind the scenes footage?
Yeah.
Are you filming me, filming you, filming me, filming you?
Yeah, actually, I was going to show off the camera.
The rig here?
Yeah.
I have upgraded the microphone a little bit.
So I guess this is a call to action. This is what we call this in the content world. Sign up for Patreon, patreon.com/Brewzle, and you'll be able to see this behind the scenes video.
Have you had that Hard Truth?
Yeah, that's the John Mellencamp's children are making it.
His children own Hard Truth?
His adult children are making whiskey and selling it through Hard Truth.
Oh, I got you.
And then he draws the art.
Yeah, I've seen some of the art
Go on their website.
versions. I didn't know what those
They're
were.
on the 4th bottle now.
Ah, cool. I've seen a few of those. I should have picked one up. Thank you. Appreciate it. We didn't ask for allocations, but also, only one we want's a Weller Antique 107, and I'm not sure that we're going to find that here, but the last store didn't have it. She said they rarely ever see it. We've had quite a bit of Hard Truth rye, really good stuff. Haven't had a double oaked from them, so look forward to giving that one a try. I think there's a hole in the market for really good, higher proof double oaks. Now this one being a rye, we'll see. Rye holds up to finishing even better, so it probably holds up to double oaking even better. 106.9 proof on that one, so I think that's gonna be really, really interesting. We got a 107 to find. Let's get to hunting. This, supposedly, the most hyped store in all of Northwest Indiana.
According to Discord, I have a friend who works for RNDC, and he said this was the spot. So Tyler, if you're watching this turns out to be a dud, I don't think we're gonna be able to trust you anymore.
The thing is sometimes when we take recommendations, I don't know if you've noticed in the footage, sometimes people send us to duds on purpose. They think it's funny, and I end up at some stores that are like, everything's super high secondary, and they got like 4 bottles of bourbon in the whole store. We're gonna see what we can find out about Lake Liquors. It doesn't smell good. It smells like somebody's septic tank just ruptured. Barrel picks right out the gate, and it's stacked up for days. What is this? Single barrel wheat whiskey, Fenwick's. It's MGP, I think.
I don't know.
It says Lawrenceburg, Indiana, which is fine, but yeah. Ooh, $89 for an Old Forester single barrel proof. Been seeing a lot of those lately. Old, 55, very expensive. Bottled in bond. So a 4-year-old bottle in bond, 100 proof, $180. Distilled from sweet corn, which I want to try, but I want to try if we drop the one, Spiritual French Lick. Problem is I'm sitting here looking at them and I don't know the difference in them, right? They're all different, but like, is there a difference between them? I don't know. Let's try it. We've got some Circle City stuff, man. They've got some good barrels right there for sure. This is another NDP that sent us some samples. Really like some of their stuff. So no hate on folks that don't distill their own. None whatsoever. It's just, I need to try it. And their stuff's been really good. There's whiskey in every nook and cranny of this place. Random. Look at that right there. 12-year-old Malaga cask finish Glenmorangie. Is that rare? Somebody tell me if that's rare. So you like Knob Creek, right? Have you tried these Baker 7 single barrels?
I've tried, when we went to Missouri last year, I tried one at a bar. I liked it. It didn't make me want to vomit, so I guess that's positive.
Oh,
Right?
well, no, not necessarily. It's not Malort.
Oh yeah, you tried Malort the other
Oh,
day.
yeah, I did. It's freaking awful. They're just things in this world that don't make any sense to me, and that's one of them. Like, I understand it was made, but the fact that it's in that many stores, and because that means people are buying it, doesn't make sense. I'm not seeing a whole lot that just jumps out at me. What is this? Hochstadter's vatted straight rye whiskey. That is a big old bottle of Sazerac rye right there. My God.
As I mentioned earlier, I'm the small town bourbon hunter. I guess where do we where do we start from here? Like if I'm just looking for something cheap to get into right away, I know you talk about the turkey 101s a lot, but maybe something a little sweeter than that.
The turkey products are typically going to be a little more clove, a little spicier. So if you want sweet, I mean, obviously Buffalo Trace stuff is going to be right up your alley. Michter stuff, like this is going to be even the American whiskey, small batch bourbon, all of these right here, very caramel forward. Really nice sippers. We'll get you one of these to try. McKenna 10, that's a 10-year-old bottle and bond. So you got that 100 proof. Have you had a lot of Heaven Hill stuff at all? So Elijah Craig, Henry McKenna, Old Fitz.
I've tried Elijah Craig, but that was really early in my journey, and that was pretty spicy. So it's not an accurate depiction of my palate right now.
Right. So you've got the Heaven Hill bottle and bond, which is younger. That one's 7 years old. These were like readily available for like $35. For $35, that was an exceptional pour. It won some awards like right before the pandemic, and it just was gone. Couldn't find it. And then, they've slowly come back, but they've come back at double the price. We'll make sure you got one of those too. We'll get you loaded up with a few mainstreams, and we'll keep looking for one of those hard to find bottles.
We're not a beer channel, but the Gumball Head is the one that I really like from Three Floyds.
Okay, what is that?
Wheated beer.
Does it taste like gumballs?
No. Like, think of it like a Blue Moon, but, maybe a little heavier on the wheated flavor.
Well, now I got to get it. See? I always got freaking buffalo envy. Look at that one. That was about the perfect size. Look at it. So cool. What I also need is like one of those like 6 foot tall Jack Daniel's statues and a Crown Royal chair. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I need them.
We are going to run into a Crown Royal chair today.
We will see one. Can I take it home with me?
Never hurts to ask, right? It's right in front of the door, too, so I guess that depends on how fast you can run.
Like, there's whiskey everywhere. Everywhere. There is no rhyme nor reason. It is literally just everywhere. There's just stuff in barrels, on barrels, around barrels. There's some High West stuff, it looks like, in that box over there. How do y'all typically handle alligator stuff around here?
When the owner's here, he's only here Monday through Friday after 5, and you have to talk to him.
Thank you. So we got a couple of bottles for Shred to try. I think that would be kind of interesting. We got Michter's. We got some Henry McKenna. I think he's going to enjoy those. Huge selection. Really hard to find, which oftentimes is good for bourbon hunting because there's just stuff everywhere. Never can tell what you're going to find stuck in some slot somewhere. But it sounds like if you want something rare, you got to talk to the owner, and he's only here after 5, and by the time 5 rolls around, I'm gonna be on the other side of the state. Sounds like you might be able to have a conversation. Just come in during the week, later in the day. Let's continue the hunt. That right there, 5 Star Liquors. Little double oak pick right there. Have you had a lot of wood for double oak?
I don't know if my palate is acclimated enough for double oak yet. I've had a couple of our double oak picks. I don't think I've had Woodford.
So you got Penelope wheated. That's a good, easy, approachable wheated bourbon right there. I haven't seen a lot of Bardstown stuff here. Matter of fact, I don't see any Bardstown. Weird. Just thinking back, I don't know if I've seen it in any of the stores. Are they like not even bothering with this state? I was gonna get their wheated. It's got a little more proof to it. Little Old Soul hanging out down there with their high rye. I think these are the ones where that guy was talking about, like Mellencamp. I think somebody had told me about this in the past or something. It sounds familiar now, but the art's a little weird. Ooh, more whiskey. Baby blue, malted blue corn. Interesting. These are cool looking bottles. I've been warned about this one, but I don't know. Good old fashioned Indiana whiskey, the breakfast of degenerates. Right there, whiskey with natural maple flavor. So it looks like there's a few allocations over here in the case. Oh yeah, there's Bardstown right there in the case. The one Bardstown Discovery Series.
Never seen E.H. Taylor here.
If you had E.H. Taylor?
I have a small batch of that.
Okay. 121 proof Woodford. Some of the little special Angel's Envies, sherry cask, and then I can't tell what that purple one says. I don't drink a lot of Angel's Envy. Port finishes. One of my lesser favorites.
Tequila that looks like it's in a bong.
I don't think so. I don't know if I have a use for it. I mean, the bong might be useful afterwards for some folks, but you know.
I didn't realize that tequila or mezcal or whatever this is, Añejo, needs to be in the weirdest
Yeah, they're trying a little too hard. You know, it's kind of like that. It's just novelty at some point. It's not actually, you're not even trying to say it's good whiskey. You're just like, this is really novel. What's your price on this E.H. Taylor?
$149.99.
$149.99. Thank you. All right, we did find one bottle of Bardstown. That does exist, so that's a freaking thing, you know? We got to get some lunch. Anything quintessentially Indiana, Northwest Indiana up here we need to eat?
Yes, Northwest Indiana is the quintessential place for anything chain related.
Then we probably won't show this food. I'll catch up with y'all the next door. So you just got to hang out with me. I found something that wasn't a chain, like literally 2 doors down from the store we were just
I didn't
at.
say they didn't exist, but it's pretty rare around here, which is very unfortunate because, you know, I prefer to eat at more local spots, and there are just not a ton of them, at least where I live. I don't come out to this area very often.
Well, this right here, Off Square Brewing. That's a cool vibe. So much better than a chain already, but we'll judge the food here and the beer in just a second. All right, brewery chicken sandwich. It's large, it's in charge. The bun looks fancy. You got a hangover burger. Apparently you drank too much last night.
Yep. Egg. There's supposed to be pork belly on here.
Dude, that looks pretty good. I almost got that.
I will say this beer, one of the better Hefweizens I've had.
This is a pub ale. That's pretty good. That's good beer. That's good. A little on the dry side. Overall, really good though. 7.5 out of 10. What do you think of that burger?
I won't say it's the best burger I've ever had, but it's messy. It's got everything you'd want on a burger that's messy, so I'll give it an 8.
Let's get back to bourbon hunting. Wise Guys. Beer, wine, spirits, liquor superstore.
This is the first store on the list that I've actually been to, so
Okay.
I haven't ever found anything allocated here, but they do have a very big selection.
Little Angel's Envy. These single barrel bottles. I do like the shape of the bottles better than the original ones, a little rounder. Been a while since we bought one of these orange label barrels. Some of these are fantastic.
These guys tend to do a lot with Journeyman.
Okay.
Journeyman's in Michigan, obviously, but we have like a satellite something just right down the road.
I think they've built a new facility.
Yes, I
That's
don't
what
know.
was
I
telling
don't know
me.
if they're distilling out of there, but there is a Journeyman something about
Okay.
20 minutes from
We,
here.
we bought some of that yesterday for me. Heaven Hill grain to glasses. 4-year Willet. Calumet 17 sitting back there. $399. We have bought that one in Georgia along with the 18.
I said they didn't have anything allocated. I forgot about back here. So if there's allocations on the shelf, this is always where I've seen it.
All right, let's see if we can find. Here's looks like the normal selection over here. Let's see, 1792 small batch. Have you had a lot of turkey?
No, I've tried the 101 like a couple of years ago. I haven't had one since. I know Beat Liquor, they had an 8-year, but it was bundled. I haven't had a Russell's. I don't know if
Well, that's kind of what I was alluding to. So let's see what else we find here. Of course, Green River stuff. He probably would like a Green River. He probably. I mean, we're gonna go with some proof on that one, but I think that you wanted sweeter. That's good sweet bourbon. You've obviously had some Holiday.
Yep.
Oh, so if you ain't had Holiday, what's wrong with you?
I wish they had the cast strength versions, but I've never seen them here. I see these two frequently, but I don't see the cast strength versions.
There's Bardstown's right here. Look at there. Origin Series wheated. Right there. That's what we were looking for.
There's another local brand I wanted to show you. I think over here is most of the...
Local stuff, we were just getting to it.
It's called 18th Street. I don't know if they're distilling, so that's what I wanted to come look at. That's another one of those breweries around here that are starting to dabble a little bit into whiskey. I actually, for the first Infinity barrel that we did at Spillway, that was the bottle I brought, was an 18th Street.
Hooten Young 12 and 15 year. This is an American whiskey, not a bourbon. Let's see if anything jumps out at me. Because we've got a lot of these Templetons and different things.
130.8.
130.8. Okay, those are delicious if you haven't had them.
I got a sample of one of our picks at the house. I don't remember what I thought of it.
Aged in darkness. Okay. Just curious as to how that conversation went. We're gonna put aged in darkness on there. We never let our barrel see the light of day. Does that imply that it's colder aged? That's what I think, like it's in a cellar or something, which, you know, is a marketing thing. Ben Holiday has the cave and Maker's Mark has the cellar aged, so aged in darkness may be a thing. It's really a rick house, but it has no windows. Oh, there's the Crown Royal chair. That one's been around for a minute. It's faded. Thank you. We got more stores to get to. A good selection. We're not finding anything rare. We did get a little intel that maybe we're a day early for some of the releases in this area, so I might have just missed finding some rare stuff by a day. But we'll keep looking. You never can tell. We'll see what we could come across. Let's get to the next store. That right there, B Liquors, not A Liquors, not C Liquors. Private label single barrel blend. Private label. It's a private label. Definitely seeing some different things here. Like I said, I've been buying a lot of these finished things from Nelson Brothers, enjoying those. I don't know what a Mourvedre, don't know. Infinity Blend Old Elk hanging out right there. They replaced Matthew McConaughey's signature with Eddie Russell's.
SLB rye pick from Frey.
Ah, cool.
As you can see, they do a lot of barrel picks.
Tons of them. Everywhere. Doc Holliday. Got that. It wasn't worth it. Of course, High West Rye, starting to see those more and more now. $89? That's probably the cheapest I've seen them. I wonder, some of these Hirsch's, the one I've got is a yellow label. The yellow label one I have is Willet Juice. Almost guaranteed. It's fantastic. And if that is one of these at that price, it's younger. So the one I've got's a 10-year. This is younger stuff here. So probably not the same thing. Another Doc Holliday fancy case. Oh, it's like a bottle share bag. That's kind of cool. TJ, nice to meet you.
Right?
This your store?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Great selection.
Thank you.
We haven't even made it halfway through it yet. There's whiskey everywhere. Y'all apparently do a lot of barrel picks.
Yes, we work with the couple Indiana group, one YouTuber, couple YouTuber too. So they pick most of their barrel, and so far I pick personally only one barrel. Everything else is picked by different group.
Okay, so you work with the groups and they run their picks through the store so folks can buy them and take them home. Anything really interesting or local that you think we should be? We're trying to find some good Indiana stuff. I mean, obviously we're familiar with Hard Truth and MGP.
So Circle City is Indiana.
Yeah, I think they're down close to Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, I'm out of that toasted one, but the double oak actually is wild turkey juice.
So 6.5-year-old wild turkey double oaked. Interesting. I might have to check that out.
And the Hard Truth is most popular in Indiana.
Yeah, that stuff's good. We bought some of that already today. If that's double oak wild turkey, I definitely want to try it. All the bars down. Disco Series 10. Are they still distributing those, or are those things just still sitting around? I think they've been around for a minute. 108 proof Bell Mead. Really like those. Used to drink those a lot when I was first getting into bourbon. Gonna grab one of these SLB Frey Ranch Ryes right here.
Most of the allocated product, I keep it in the office.
Okay.
Because I got everything, all the customer got their account number kind, so I check what they did and based of that one.
So when you come in and you buy, you kind of check and say, okay, is this a customer that comes in a lot? And then you go slide something out for them?
I still got like 3 cases, Russell's 15.
Really? You did say this was the closest store to your house. Do you come in here a lot? You got a lot of clout?
I don't have a lot of clout, no.
Okay.
I'm hoping working for you will give me a little clout.
Ooh, single rick house right there. So you buy 4 High West and a single rick house. Cool. I mean, these are bundled, but they're all bundled pretty much at MSRP, right?
Everything MSRP.
12-year Jack and a Jefferson's Ocean. And an Old Elk. I was about to say, okay. Now, what bottles were you hoping to find?
A 4 Roses barrel strength and an Antique 107.
And a Russell's 15. You should always say, like, he just told you he had Russell's 15. We'll be back here in just a second. We're going to go with those, and then people are going to hate me for that one. Appreciate it. And the haters going to hate. I don't know how many hates Taylor Swift goes with, but there are going to be a few, but I'm gonna be honest. We ain't apologizing for pulling a koi for $129. Now, most definitely a clout bottle. 100%. I will acknowledge when they're definitely clout bottles. And that was one, still the best store we've been to though. Lots of access to great whiskey there, a lot of barrel picks, and if you get into his club, you might have a chance to get something like that. Now also though, with a lot of these stores, I keep saying this, the stores where I get clout bottles are usually stores you can work a relationship if you're a regular and you talk and you really need something in particular. He did have a Russell's 15. I'm a Coy Hill guy, so I'm gonna have to take this Coy Hill right here home with me, but I got one more thing. We did buy the SLB Frey Ranch Rye and the Circle City Double Oak there as well. Let me throw these in the truck. Now, we did not find one, but that's one I got from, what was the store? This was the Superior Discount Liquors pick that I got in Green Bay, I believe it was. And this, for the haters, is what ends up happening to most of my allocated purchases. It ends up getting given away to somebody else, so we made sure you were taken care of there.
Appreciate it.
So now you've got no excuses but to go home and give it a try.
Well, I know today wasn't the most exciting bourbon hunt, but I'm glad we could end it on a high note for both of us. You know, I live in a small market, so hopefully this video gives a lot of people who live in smaller markets some good information on what they can find and what they should try if they can't find tater bottles like this. So TJ, I appreciate you coming by and checking out my area.
Well, we got you some good bottles. We got the Bardstown Wheated, which is a wheated at a similar proof point. We got you a Green River Cash Strength, which is really good, fruit forward. What else did we buy you?
Michter's.
Oh, a Michter's bourbon. Yeah, that's very caramel forward, and a McKenna 10. So we got you like some mainstream Kentucky stuff for you to try. Yeah. He's had more craft whiskey than he has mainstream Kentucky stuff. So you've also got the best liquor store in the area. Like honestly, if I lived in a market like this, how I would do it is just spend all of my money at a store like this. I might do a little hunting, but buy the barrel picks, build a relationship, because most of the stores around here, not real solid selections of anything particularly interesting. This guy has all of that stuff and more, and great barrel picks, and you might get access to some allocated stuff. So shout out to Bees Liquors for being a cool store and for hooking me up with a Clout Coy Hill. Love the Clout Coy Hills. Appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. See you in the next one.